Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got y'all here chasing that money, chasing that bag, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella, but always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. We on our way to the top, well over 40,000 subscribers, and on our way to 50K. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors that's making their way to the realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. Listen, man, I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in it. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now do me a favor, right? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button anytime you step into the big house. Yeah, wipe off your feet too. You know, make sure you do that. Anytime you step into the big house, make sure you wipe off your feet. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you tapped into the realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, we in here. Big salute, late night live stream. You already know how I'm giving it up, and you already know how I'm putting it down. You know what I mean? You are in the right place. The algorithm has led you to the right place. Pure dope, straight off the brick, into the bottles. And I got a lot of people in my DMs. Yo, GMB TV, what's your thought process on everything that's going on with Charleston White? I mean, what's your thoughts? You know what I mean? On everything that's going on with Charlie Kirk, Charleston White. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And I said, you know, it'll be a perfect time to tap into this on a late night live stream. You know, I most definitely baited the algorithm. You got to bait the algorithm. And now I'm going to give y'all some pure game. I'm going to give y'all some pure gems, straight off the brick into the bottles. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, everything that's going on with Charleston White, I'm not mad. I got to give a big salute to CW for standing on business. I got to give a big salute to Charleston White for not picking sides. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, you could like it or love it. You know what I mean? What's good for you is good for them. What's good for them is good. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I will say this. CW most definitely needs to keep his head on a swivel. You understand what I'm saying? I would tell CW, keep your head on a swivel. You know what I mean? Don't sleep. Don't get caught lacking. You are now a threat to the establishment. It was all good when you was talking about George Floyd. It was all good when you was talking about Nipsey Hussle, DMX, when you was talking about all of these black entertainers and these black gang members. But as soon as you cross the line, as soon as you start talking about that dog fur, as soon as you start giving up game, that's when you become a threat to the establishment. And with everything that Charleston White has done, with everything that Charleston White has said over these past few years, with him creating content on YouTube, I think he has finally crossed the line from content creator to threat to the establishment. You understand me? Yeah. See, it's a big difference. You got to understand something. When you are working and pushing the propaganda, when you are doing what those people want you to do, when you are, creating a narrative that paints a bad light on the black community, it's all good. Everything is good. Nothing wrong with that. But as soon as you start putting the flashlight on those people, as soon as you start exposing the deep, dark truths about that dog fur, that's when it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. That's when you turn to a Malcolm X, a Martin Luther King, a Nipsey Hussle, a Tupac Shakur. All right, so big salute to the chat, man. We not staying long. This is a late night live stream. We not staying long with this. We gonna do what we do best over here at Grown Man Business TV. You already know how I'm giving it up, and you already know how I'm putting it down. Now, before we get into these gems, before I drop this pure dope straight off the brick right into the bottles, you already know, man, I got to do some customizations to the chat. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button and all that. I definitely got to do some customizations to the chat because the higher ups and the elites are always listening. They're always paying attention. They're always playing chess at the highest level. You know what I mean? They're always trying to shadow ban the channel. They're always trying to muffle the message. So before we go any further, I got to do some customizations to the chat. Big salute to everybody that's tapped in. Yeah, we going to lock in. All right, so Do what you do best when it come in here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you are in tune with the purists and the realists on YouTube. Yeah, CW definitely crashed out, man. I can't lie, but I gotta be honest. I'm loving it. I love every bit of what CW is doing right now. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat. Run them likes up. We gonna tap in real quick, real in and out. You know what I mean? Y'all already know how we do over here. Big salute. I see y'all in here. Bam. You see that at the bottom of the chat, right? Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, doing your Twittering with your Twitter fingers, doing all your Twittering all in the comment section with your Twitter fingers and doing the Twittering all with your Twitter fingers and all that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You already know where you at, all right? Now let's get into this. Charleston White. I mean, what more can I say? What more can I say but the name Charleston White? Just the name Charleston White is going to ring bells when it come to the algorithm, when it come to this YouTube, when it come to these social media platforms. But we are stepping into a realm where CW, this is uncharted territory. This is uncharted territory. The things that Charleston White is saying and the things that CW is doing is uncharted territory. This is where you get in the mix with those people. This is where you end up, hanging from a tree. This is where, that S word get used, or he committed the S word. Yeah, we got to be real light. We got to tread very light when it come to this. The higher ups and the elites don't play with my channel. As soon as I say one word, they age restrict the live streams to try to muffle the message. So we are in uncharted territories. We are stepping into a area in American history where that dog fur is being exposed. The revolution is being televised. Yeah. So we all knew this already. We all knew certain things. In the black community, especially in the South, the old heads talk about these things. They give the youth, they talk about these things. We already know what we know, but we are stepping in a time on American soil where it is being said out loud. It is being exposed all over social media, all over the media, all over these platforms. People are speaking out when it comes to the dog fur. People are being honest when it comes to it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, Charleston White, he don't hold his tongue. He's not going to sugarcoat it for you. All right. So, it's going to be epic. And I can't wait to get into these receipts because you already know over here, over here at Grown Man Business TV, one thing for sure, two things for certain, I kept the receipts, my G. Oh, yeah, I got the receipts. I don't go nowhere without the receipts. I don't step out of the big house without putting the receipts in my back pocket. Oh, yeah, I got the receipts. You never know when I got to take you back to the store and exchange you for my money. So I'm going to keep the receipts every time. CW, man, we go get into this. Big salute to the chat. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And again, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. Charleston White crashing out, that's just the surface. But when we start breaking down and really dissecting some of the things that he's saying, some of the things that are being spoken about on these social media platforms, that's where it's going to get deep at. That's where you really scratch the surface. Charleston White crashing out, that's every day. Anytime somebody passes away, anytime, it's a chance to troll somebody for content, anytime it's a chance to troll somebody for likes and subscribers, Charleston White is going to be the first one to do it. He's made his name on YouTube trolling the dead, disrespecting people. That's just what he do. So that ain't even the gist of it. That ain't even the big picture. It's really some of the things that are being exposed. That's really what's getting under their skin. Again, Charleston White done said things about George Floyd, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White will talk about your mama if that's going to bring him subscribers and content and trolling. If that's going to bring him likes and views, he'll talk about your grandmama. We already know that. All right, so we're going to get into one of these receipts. Big salute to the chat. it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. But when I bring my perspective to the situation, it is like no other. There is nobody else on YouTube that is going to connect the dots the way Grown Man Business TV is going to connect the dots. There's nobody that's going to give you a grown man perspective. Everybody is sugarcoating the content. Everybody is pussyfooting around the information. Everybody is scared. Yeah, I said it. Everybody, for the most part, is scared to give you the real. They either know the real and they're scared, or they're just oblivious to the facts. That's what separates this channel from everybody. That's why we growing substantially. I mean, yeah, the channel is growing organically. I can't stop the subscribers from subscribing, my G. Hit the like button. Well over 300 in the chat. Man, run them likes up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, because we in the algorithm. Make sure we stay in the algorithm. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all of that. All right? So we gonna get into this first receipt right here. We not gonna stay long. We gonna get right into the meat and potatoes of this situation. All right, go ahead and talk. CW, you got something to say? I want you to talk to the people. Look, CW, you ain't never got nothing wrong. You ain't never hold your tongue now. Don't stop now. Talk to the people. Go. Look.
Me when I disrespected, all y'all applauded that, loved and came to the shows, even the comedy club owners. Oh, we love him back. While I make mockery of George Floyd. And he said, "F his baby." Said, "F Woody, baby." Oh, y'all laugh. That's why nobody really like white people. Nobody really like y'all. There's nowhere y'all can go in the world where people don't frown up at y'all. Ethnocentric. Learn the word. You ain't got no friends. The black boy have been your only friend in the last 50 years. The worst of the world want to destroy you. Everybody is coming up against white people, and you know it. We've been your only friend in the last 50, 60 years. Genuinely been your friend. And you still mistreat us. Y'all time almost up. Russia don't like you. North Korea don't like you. Africa joining with China. China ruling you. You're bound to China. Israel punking you, treating you like Russia making you suck his. But you playing tough with us and you're losing your country. This ain't your problem. Black American ain't your mother problem. China is. You think I don't know how to play on white folk? Didn't I play on y'all to get here? Didn't y'all love me for now? Y'all think half I was saying I really believe? I've been playing on y'all. I'm ignorant when it comes to white people. Pass out my white friends. Smooth. I'm telling y'all, that's why I love Trump. Me and Trump is one of the same, because we can play on both sides of the field. Trump played Democrat, then came over here and played dumb Republican. So you got to be clever to play Democrat. You ain't got to be too smart to play Republican. You got to remember history and know which side to play for. Dumb.
If you don't understand the rules of power,
you already know. You already know how YouTube do when it come down to the come down. I want to stop CW right there though, right? You know, and I'm gonna play that back because I'm gonna let him keep talking because CW don't tell a lot of lies. He might troll a situation like with Charlie Kirk and all that, but he don't tell a lot of lies. All right, so he's 100% right with this. We been your only friend on American soil. Foundational Black Americans, that's who I'm speaking about. When it come to Caucasian, Neanderthal, caveman, dog fur having white, listen, when it come to the white man, we been your only friend. Everybody else been playing on y'all. Y'all done let all these other people into this country. Foreigners, the Chinamen, you know what I'm saying? Russia, Ukrainians, Spaniards, all of y'all done came to this country and they been playing on y'all. We been y'all only successor. We been the closest thing to y'all, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't even know it. Yeah. I'm talking the world is turning on white people. The world is turning on America. See, I want to say this, right? And I'm gonna run this back. Big salute to CW. I'm gonna run this back, right? This is what I need you to understand. This is what I want you to really home in on. You know, a lot of people haven't been out of the country. And when I say out of the country, I'm not talking about, you know, the Virgin Islands or Jamaica or, you know, the Bahamas. I'm talking about, you know, Thailand, Japan, Hong Kong. I'm talking the other side of the world. I have though. I've been to Beijing. I've been to the to Fifi Islands. I've been to Thailand. And I'm gonna tell you something. The world, when they talk about America, they're talking about white people. When they talk about America, when they talk about the Western powerhouse, they're not talking about black people or anybody else. They're talking about America and white people in it. And the world is turning on white people. Listen, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, from all the bombs y'all done dropped over there, Hiroshima, Iraq, you know, I could go, you know, Desert Storm, I could go down a list of all the wars y'all have been fighting on behalf of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? All the wars, all the death, chaos, and destruction y'all have caused all over this globe. The world is turning on y'all. We are definitely at a turning point. But the thing about it is, they not looking at black, they not looking at us. They looking at y'all. So, you know, CW, you could I understand that, you know, the backlash that he's getting from this Charlie Kirk situation is really getting under his skin because he been doing work for the higher ups and the elites. He been pushing the narrative, disrespecting black people for the last 4 or 5 years, and everything was all right. It was no problem when y'all disrespect George Floyd, when y'all was disrespecting his daughter. But as soon as he turned and he get to talking about one of y'all get to having a hissy fit. Y'all get to having a temper tantrum, right? And what he is doing is exposing the real truth. The real truth is black people is not your problem. Urban community, black America, foundational black America is not your enemy. You trust me, you got way bigger fish to fry. Russia, China, Africa. Oh man, listen, man, when we talk about what's going on in Africa right now, it's a revolution. It's a revolution going on. So again, you know, these things, I understand what's going on with YouTube. I understand, you know, they don't like when you give up this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles. They want you to talk about Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Dame Dash, and Cameron, Mace. You know, they want you to talk about the regular, you know, they don't really like when this part comes out. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know, I know how it feels to be on the other side of the planet, the other side of the globe, and have American politics be brought up into conversation. It's a real uncomfortable situation, bro. They laugh at America. They laugh at American politics. Yeah, over there in Thailand and these other countries and these other places on the other side of the globe, when you get to talking about American politics, we are the laughing stock of the planet. America is the laughing stock of the planet. And for no other reason than white people. The politics of the dog fur, respectfully. And I'm going to talk more about my Caucasian counterparts. I'm going to talk more about white people because it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. All right? So CW hit the nail on the head with this. He hit the nail on the head. You know what? I'm going to let him talk a little bit more, and then we're going to go further. We're going to go further when it come to, you know, Charlie Kirk, this state of American politics, the way the world, the revolution is being televised. Yeah, China, Africa, you know, the whole BRICS situation. Man, listen, man. Listen, it's a real reason why white America is in the uproar, and it ain't really got too much to do with what black people feel about Charlie Kirk. It's way deeper than that. So yeah, I'm gonna let the homie CW talk a little bit more, and then we gonna go into a whole nother angle. CW, talk to the people. Look.
All y'all applauded that, loved and came to the shows, even the comedy club owners. Oh, we love him back while I make mockery of George Floyd. And he said, "F his baby." Said, "F Woody, baby." Oh, y'all laugh. That's why nobody really like white people. Nobody really like y'all. There's nowhere y'all can go in the world where people don't frown up at y'all. Nobody really like y'all. There's nowhere y'all can go in the world where people don't frown up at y'all. Nobody really like white people. Nobody really like white people. Nobody really like white people. Nobody really like y'all. There's nowhere y'all can go in the world where people don't frown up at y'all. Ethnocentric. Learn the word. You ain't got no friends. The black boy have been your only friend in the last 50 years. The worst of the world want to destroy you. Everybody is coming up against white people, and you know it. We've been your only friend in the last 50, 60 years. Genuinely been your friend. And you still mistreat us. Y'all time almost up. Russia don't like you. North Korea don't like you. Africa joining with China. China ruling you. You're bound to China. Israel punking you, treating you like Russia making you suck his. But you playing tough with us and you losing your country. This ain't your problem. Black American ain't your mother problem. China, you think that's why nobody really like white people. Nobody really like y'all. There's nowhere y'all can go in the world where people don't frown up at y'all. Ethnocentric. Learn the word. You ain't got no friends. The black boy have been your only friend in the last 50 years. The worst of the world want to destroy you. Everybody is coming up against white people, and you know it. We've been your only friend in the last 50, 60 years. Genuinely been your friend. And you still mistreat us. Y'all time almost up. Russia don't like you. North Korea don't like you. Africa joining with China. China ruling you. You're bound to China. Israel punking you, treating you like Russia making you suck his. But you playing tough with us and you're losing your country. This ain't your problem. Black American ain't your mother problem. China, you think I don't know?
Ooh-wee. Yeah. See, somebody gotta say it. We are at a time in American history where somebody gotta say it. I mean, the world is way bigger than America. Yeah, the world is way bigger than the Western Hemisphere. The world is turning on America. And I told y'all this a few lives ago. Yeah, they age restricted that live stream. The only reason the world hasn't invaded invaded America. The only reason they ain't dropping bombs on America is because we are over here. The rest of the world know exactly who foundational black Americans are. Ask Russia. Y'all remember when Putin was threatening to show the pictures that they got in their archives of black people? You know, the secrets that they know about foundational black Americans. Y'all don't remember when it was about 6 months ago. Putin was talking about exposing who black people really are. Y'all don't remember that because the American, media, the American politics wasn't trying to talk about that. They didn't shine a light on that. They act like it never happened. But when Putin was going back and forth with Joe Biden, Putin said, you know what? I'm going to expose exactly who black people are. You know, those black Americans y'all got over there? You know, the foundational black Americans that y'all had in slavery? They don't know. They don't know that in these Bibles, in these ancient Bibles, is pictures of black people. They don't know about the Black Madonna. They don't know who they are. And that was a threat that he made to the American government. So what I'm telling you is the only reason the world hasn't invaded America is because black people are over here. It's a universal, it's against universal law. It's against universal law to lay a finger on us. And that's what America has done. That's why America can never go back to what it used to be. And see, again, a lot of the times I could be giving you this pure dope. I could be telling you exactly what Charleston White is telling you, but sometimes you need Charleston White to tell you. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. I could tell you the same thing a white man is telling you. But if a white man say it, guess what? You gonna believe him. Yeah, when that dog first say the same thing I've been saying, now it's golden. I've been telling you this for a long time. Now that's going to segue me into the situation with Charlie Kirk, because again, a lot of people are still asking about Charlie Kirk. Yo, GMB TV, what's your perspective? I mean, can you elaborate? Can you go deeper? Oh, I can go, listen. Oh, I can absolutely go deeper. Yeah. Oh, I could go deeper when it come to this. And I ain't saying pause. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna tell you, that's a whole nother conversation. But I don't play that pause game like that. You know what I'm saying? I can go deeper, and we gonna go deeper. And I'm gonna continue to use the homie Charleston White to elaborate, to dig this hole. We gonna talk about this, yeah. The world is turning on America because we've been doing the dirty work for Israel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is where we go deeper. This is where we scratch the surface. The world is turning on America because for the last 100 years, we've been doing the dirty work for Israel, and nobody's asking why. Nobody's saying, why would a superpower like America, why would we be doing the dirty work for a little ass country and a little ass piece of land, a little ass state like Israel? Well, that's where we get deep at. That's where Charlie Kirk come in at. That's where the Epstein file. You remember Epstein, right? Oh, we gonna get into this. This is where it's gonna get deep. This is where I want you to get your notepads and I want you to take down and make sure you get in this game. This is where I want you to get your pipes out. Yeah, pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. I want you to put this in your pipe and I want you to smoke it. Oh yeah. This is where the Epstein's files come in at. This is where 9/11 come in at. Now, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be, but ain't nobody going to talk like this. Everybody's scared. Everybody's shaking in their boots. Everybody's walking on eggshells except for Grown Man Business TV. So you in the right place. All right? It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. Let's get into this. Let's get into this receipt right here. Let's go deeper. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Hey, listen, CW, you ain't never held your tongue before. CW, talk to the people. Look.
Into the detail. I think Charlie Kirk was sacrificed by the government, used as a distraction to distract the country from looking at the Epstein files. As much as they love him, they sacrificed him. That's why everybody's going on as business as usual. Then jumped out in front of the camera. Hey, I'm gonna run the Charlie Kirk show. They just want to get it, but man, we need Charlie. And Charlie even said this. So they went and listened to Charlie's words, and they sacrificed Charlie. Distraction from the Epstein file. Flea flipper. Damn! Omaha. Epstein file. Say it. What? Kill Charlie. And now no one's talking about, hey, we want Epstein file. Easy move. Just like that. You think young white kid just went and killed Charlie. His name was transsexual. And both his parents were conservative. And he walked all through the neighborhood with a gun. Climbed upon the roof. And Charlie has on a bulletproof vest. And this kid whacks Charlie one shot. And as the kid climbed down off the roof, a 71-year-old white man, hey, I shot him. And this 71-year-old white man all of a sudden has child in his phone. Are y'all buying this story? Come on, people. Are y'all really buying this story? Now, I tried to make light of it, troll a little bit. And y'all won't let me troll Charlie. But I don't want to focus on the facts. It'll get you killed. I'm having fun. I don't want to die. With the government. I was just trying to troll Charlie to death, okay? But you had almost 20 white girls who's just on the media saying, hey, we're finna tell you everybody who's been us when we was little girls. You had the victims. Now, nobody's seen the victims. They've been in secret. Now, the victims have come out and said, we're going to name everybody's us. And all of a sudden, no more talk. Okay, victim files. Say, brother Ron, Charlie. Nobody did not say anything about Charlie. Let's get our white people mad. Shake up white people, because these are the people put anybody back in slavery. White rage is what stormed the Capitol. Trump's getting old. He went, so they need a white hero. So they sacrificed Charlie Kirk. Make him a hero to win-win. His wife.
Hey, what if I told you that?
Ooh-wee! Nah, it's getting deep. That's where it get deep at. Big salute to everybody in the chat, man. Run them likes up and all that. You know what to do. You know how we giving it up. Run the likes up. Now, we going to talk about this. I really want y'all to listen to what CW is saying. CW is insinuating that Charlie Kirk was assassinated because they wanted to take the attention off the Epstein files. Oh yeah, y'all ain't noticed we still ain't seen those files. We still don't know who's on that list, who was making them trips to the Epstein Island and all that. Y'all are not able to connect the dots on who the Epstein files is connected to. That's where we gonna get deep at. That's where I'ma elaborate. I'ma elaborate on what CW was saying and all that. Listen, I got the give. I got the game. I got the dope straight off the brick into the bottles. Oh yeah, I'ma connect the dots like none other. You in the right place. Listen, I don't care, respectfully. Yeah, you are just a subscriber. It don't matter. Listen, it don't matter if your wife or your auntie was working over there. See, over there in Israel, women don't have that much power. So if your wife was working over there, she wasn't privy to this information. Oh yeah, they stone women over there. They'll bury your head in the sand and all that. Yeah, they don't respect women over there like that. Yeah, they down with the Rainbow Coalition. They preach and they push the Rainbow Coalition. So again, I seen you in the chat. If your wife was working over there, she wasn't privy to this information. I'm sorry to tell you, my G. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I know your wife was working over there in Israel and all that, but I'm here to tell you your old lady wasn't privy to this information. That's why you come over here. Now, I'm going to let CW talk for one more. I want to let him talk. I want to rehash what he was saying, and then I'm going to take it deeper. Yeah, CW's just scratching the surface, but Charlie Kirk, we're going to talk about you tonight. Yeah, listen, Charlie, I know you pushing up daisies right now. You somewhere swimming with the fishes. But we're going to talk about you tonight, Charlie. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel got his whole show canceled for talking about Charlie Kirk. But guess what? This is independent content creation. We not worried about a TV network. We not worried about the higher-ups and the elites. We saying we do what we want over here. That's the beautiful thing about this. You should be paying me. Yeah, you should be paying me $13 million a year, not Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, your wife wasn't privy. Yeah, she got that wolf pussy. Listen, anybody that got that wolf pussy, they ain't privy to this information. This is grown man business. Over there in Israel, they don't let women get involved in grown man business conversations. That only happens over here in America. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I don't mind being the bearer of bad news. But over there, in those other countries, they don't let women with wolf pussies engage in grown man business conversations. So if your wife was working over there, your wife don't know what she's not privy. She's not privy to this information, respectfully. I don't mind being the bearer of bad news. Yo, my wife was over there and blah, blah. Your wife, listen, if your wife is a woman and she got that wolf pussy, she's not privy to grown man business information. They would have, hey, boy, All right, I don't. I'm trying to be respectful to your old lady, but they don't respect women over there. Okay, is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So let's let CW talk for one more minute, and we gonna go deeper. Oh yeah, it's a late night live stream. Run the likes up. Well over 1,500 people right here. You could be anywhere in the world. Oh, you could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Hit the like button and all that. Over 1,500 people right now. Oh yeah, yeah. So go ahead and talk to him, CW. Look.
Let's get into the detail.
I think Charlie Kirk was sacrificed by the government, used as a distraction to distract the country from looking at the Epstein files. As much as they love him, they sacrificed him. That's why everybody's going on their business as usual. Then jumped out in front of the camera. Hey, I'm gonna run the Charlie Kirk show. They just want to get it, but man, we need Charlie. And Charlie even said this. So they went and listened to Charlie's words, and they sacrificed Charlie. Distraction from the Epstein file. Flea flipper. Damn! Omaha! Epstein file. Say it! What? Kill Charlie! And now no one's talking about, hey, we want Epstein file. Easy move. Just like that. You think young white kid just went and killed Charlie. He's been transsexual. And both his parents were conservative. And he walked all through the neighborhood with a gun. Climbed upon the roof. And Charlie has on a bulletproof vest. And this kid whacks Charlie one shot. And as the kid climbed down off the roof, a 71-year-old white man, hey, I shot him! And this 71-year-old white man all of a sudden has child in his phone. Are y'all buying this story? Come on, people. Are y'all really buying this story? Now, I try not to make light of it, troll a little bit. And y'all won't let me troll. But I don't want to focus on the facts. It'll get you killed. I'm having fun. I don't want to die with the government. I was just...
Now, we heard what CW said. Big salute to Charleston, right? But I want to take it further. And he definitely said talking like this can get you killed. It can get you assassinated. He don't want to die. He was just trolling. Yeah, I know. And I'm going to tell you, CW, you might want to stay off them balconies, my G. You might want to keep your head on the swivel, my G. I got a real innate feeling they want to make Charleston White content. They're going to try to make Charleston White content, and I ain't talking the type of content that he's used to doing. I'm not talking that type of content. I'm talking, yeah, they might be ready. I got a real feeling, respectfully, they're going to try Charleston White. Now, let's talk about Charlie Kirk. Charlie, we all know he's pushing up daisies. We all know Charlie Kirk is swimming with the fishes as we speak, right? But the whole situation was nasty work. I mean, he gets hit in the neck, right? They grab him up, they throw him in a black truck, drive him to the hospital. We don't get a information from the doctors. They don't speak about nothing. They drive him to the hospital. He's never to be seen again. They fly his body off to Arizona, and now he's in it's fishy, right? But a lot of people don't understand. The same day Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they was having conversations in Congress about the Epstein's files. They was trying to figure out, should they drop the Epstein's files? Should they keep the Epstein's files? And then pow, Charlie Kirk get his head blown off. Not only that, it's a few days before 9/11. Now let's really look at this. You know, 9/11 is like a holiday on American soil, right? Every year on 9/11, all we talk about and all we hear about is the Twin Towers falling. We watch videos of the Twin Towers falling. Every year we reminisce on what happened on 9/11. Every year. But this year, Did you see anything about 9/11? Did you see one TV show, one, conversation? Did you see anything about 9/11 on your social media platforms, on your local news stations? Not nothing. Charlie Kirk overshadowed 9/11, and that was for a reason. Because every year we look at 9/11, every year we get to asking more questions about what really happened on 9/11. Every year it gets worse. Y'all ain't noticed that? We ain't just mourning the people that passed away in 9/11, but every year when 9/11 comes, we talk about the people that flew those planes into those buildings. We have deeper and deeper conversations about who was pulling the strings. And we are at a present day in time where everybody is looking at Israel. Oh, yeah. I mean, we are at a day and time where everybody on American soil is connecting the dots and saying Israel has something to do with that. You see what I'm saying? So now you can start to go deeper about why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Those Epstein files. Let's get into the Epstein files, because a lot of people, again, y'all ain't connecting the dots like me. Y'all ain't really connecting the dots like Grown Man Business TV. Kenneth Miller, appreciate that, that membership right there. Yeah, big membership badges. Y'all ain't connecting the dots like Grown Man Business TV. Let's talk about the Epstein file. Now, one thing about Jeffrey Epstein, right? Nobody really understands or knows where he got his wealth at. Where did Epstein get these billions and billions and billions of dollars? Yeah, they say he was doing investments. He had real estate, X, Y, and Z. But when the experts start calculating the money and they do an audit on Jeffrey Epstein, it's billions of dollars that are unaccounted for. They do not know how he was so rich. They do not know where he got this money from, and nobody is connecting the dots. Well, that's what we here for. Let's talk about it. Jeffrey Epstein was funded by Israel. Jeffrey Epstein was funded by them people. The money that we pay to those people, they took a large lump sum of that money and they paid Jeffrey Epstein. Why did they do that, Grown Man Business TV? I mean, why would they give Epstein billions of dollars? This is the answer. They told Jeffrey Epstein, we're going to make you a multi-billionaire, and we want you to use that funding to compromise the American government. We want you to use that funding to compromise the American government. Politicians, presidents, congressmen, judges, Supreme Court office. Yeah, don't worry about it, Jeffrey. Hey, Kimberly Black, I appreciate that membership badge. You already know how we giving it up, and you know how I'm putting it down. Jeffrey Epstein was funded by those people to compromise and undermine the American government, and that's exactly what he did, Democrat and Republican. Oh, yeah. You like that? It's making sense, right? Your wheels are turning. You never heard this before. We don't mind how you do it, Jeffrey. Figure out a strategic way to compromise the American government. And once they are compromised, now we are in control. So Jeffrey Epstein was funded billions of dollars. He buys an island. He buys multiple airplanes, and he starts rubbing shoulders with Donald Trump. He starts rubbing shoulders with the American people. He starts rubbing shoulders with the American government. Celebrities. High power celebrities, high power government officials, and they start rubbing shoulders. And guess what? I got an island over there, my own island. The things that you can't do in America, you just come to my island. We got all of that. Oh, you into that? You like the young ones? You like the little ones? We got those. Oh, you into drugs? We got that. You into, child, we got that. Whatever you into, we got that. And one by one, slowly but surely, these government officials, these high power government officials, and these high power celebrities, one by one, started making trips to Epstein's Island. Oh yeah, I mean, what we talking about? They start making trips over the years. Over the years, it's back and forth to Epstein's Island. And everybody that's going to Epstein's Island is being recorded in this mansion, participating in homosexual activity, criminal activity, pedophilia, molestation. I mean, all of that stuff. They are participating, they are being recorded, and they are being documented on Epstein's list. Now it's starting to circulate through the industry. It's starting to circulate through the government. You know that party you went to last year? Oh yeah, you was recorded. The whole house got cameras. The bathrooms got cameras. The goddamn driveway. Every inch of this mansion is being recorded. And it's starting to circulate through the, oh yeah, you said it right, jukebox. Yeah, you said it. Blackmail, blackball. Now you in the pocket of Jeffrey Epstein. Now you in the pocket of Israel. Hey, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Because again, it's a lot of people in my DM. How is it that America is always paying and fighting for them people? Well, the people that run America, all the way down to the celebrities that paint the picture and the narrative and push the propaganda, they are all in the pocket of Jeffrey Epstein. This where it get deep at. This where y'all don't understand that it don't matter if you a Democrat or you a Republican. Y'all all have been to the Epstein's Island. Joe Biden, he been to Epstein's Island. Kamala Harris, she been to Epstein. Donald Trump, he been to Epstein. All the celebrities, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they all been to Epstein's Island. That's why they can't say nothing. That's why they can't do nothing. That's why. Now, do it make sense to you? Epstein was put in place. It was a strategic chess move. Nobody knows how Jeffrey Epstein got $60 billion. This man had a lot of money. He had a lot of money. He could pay for the sex trafficking. He could pay for the children. He could pay for all of this. But nobody knows what he got. Yeah, maybe $1 billion, maybe 1.5. You can account for that. But where did you get the other $55 billion? Them people, the higher ups and the elites, they funded Jeffrey. But now you got to know something. The veil is dropped. The veil is dropped. We are at a point where it is really hard to get anything past the American people. And we are asking questions. We are pushing our own propaganda. We are pushing our own narratives with this independent content creation. They didn't want us talking about 9/11 because now we know who was in charge of 9/11 on American soil. Thousands of people passed away in those towers, and now we're starting to realize exactly who pulled the strings on that. The Epstein's files, they don't want us looking at that. So now all of a sudden it's all about Charlie Kirk. You can't talk about Charlie Kirk. You can't make any statements about Charlie. You can't say what it is and what it ain't about Charlie without being canceled. They acting like Charlie was a government official. They acting like Charlie was a presidential elect. Charlie was nothing but a mere white supremacist that had an opinion and had a podcast and had a nonprofit. Yeah, he had a nonprofit. Turning Point of America. He was, come on, son. He wasn't that. He wasn't somebody that we need to drop the flag halfway for Charlie Kirk. He got his head blown off. People get shot every day, B. People get shot every day, B. He is no different. You know, Charlie Kirk, he was an advocate for public execution. But we're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk. But right now, I want to stay on them people. You know, them people over there in Israel and all that. Jeffrey Epstein, you've never heard this. I've connected the dots. You're welcome. Jeffrey Epstein was a strategical move on the chessboard of life. Those people funded Jeffrey, understanding that the American government is dirty. The American government is not a clean situation. It's nasty work. The American government is full of pedos, weirdos, mass murder, mass incarceration. So if we got Jeffrey Epstein at these white parties, hanging out with Donald Trump, hanging out with P. Diddy, spending money, funding projects, spreading the money. Everybody like to make money. And then we get to talking, what you into? Oh, you like that? 14, 15, 16, we got those. Oh, we got all of that. 9, 10, 11, what you want? Oh, you got that? Take a flight. I'll send a private jet. I'll send a private jet to come get you and your people, and we can party for a week out here on my island. It's lawless. I own it. You ain't got to worry about governments and police and all. Listen, I got an island where we could do whatever we want to do. Now, you got people going over there, participating in homosexual activity, human sacrifices. I mean, everything was going down on Epstein's Island, and it was all being recorded. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you know why this Epstein situation is so vital. Why they don't want to drop. They don't want to drop the list, because you'll understand after you see the list, it don't matter what party you vote for. They all have been compromised. The Democrats have been compromised. The Republicans have been compromised. The goddamn president of the United States of America is on that list. He has been compromised. Yeah, I said it. Donald Trump looked us right in the face and told us there ain't no Epstein list. After they already locked up Ghislaine Maxwell, after they already assassinated Jeffrey Epstein, after Donald Trump ran his whole political campaign on the fact that he was going to expose these Epstein files. Now he looking us in the face and he telling us there ain't no Epstein files. That's because he's on the Epstein's files. Yeah. That dog fur on dog fur violence. Yeah, that dog fur stink, my G. I don't want it near me. I don't want that dog fur nowhere near me. I don't like the dog fur. My old lady is all nigger. Yeah, my wife, all nigger. I don't want her mixed with nothing. I don't want the exotic look. I don't want the Latino look. I don't want no dog fur near me. My old lady got that nigga, all nigga. And I like it that way. I know the dog fur is diabolical. So you need to know something. You need to understand this right here on Grown Man Business TV. The realest, illest. You know what? Look!
Just trying to troll to death, okay? But you had almost 20 white girls who's just on the media saying, hey, we're finna tell you everybody who's been us when we were little girls. You had the victims. Now, nobody's seen the victims. They've been in secret. Now, the victims have come out and said, we're going to name everybody's been us. And all of a sudden, no more talking. Okay, victim files. Say, Brother Mon, Charlie, nobody did not say anything about Charlie. Let's get our white people mad. Shake up white people, because these the people put everybody back in slavery.
Ooh, y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that right when, listen, when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, there are about 20 to 30 dog fur having Neanderthal women. Yeah, I like to call it. I like to speak to the dog fur. You got 20 or 30 dog fur having, right, white women saying that they are the victims. They are some of the victims that survived Epstein's Island. And they are going to tell everybody about these celebrities, these government officials, and these presidents that were coming to Epstein's Island and blowing out their back, knocking their back out. Yeah. See, a lot of y'all don't know about this because they go so hard to distract us. They will do anything, even knock down the Twin Towers to distract us from what's really going on. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know about this. There are about 20 white women that are saying when they were little girls, when they were 9, 10, 11 years old, they were flown out to Epstein's Island and they were violated. Yeah, by presidential, government, president, vice president, congressman, Supreme Court justice, all these dog fur having white men in politics was going over there, and they said they was going to expose it to the world. They wanted to do a press conference, and they wanted to tell the world. Now all of a sudden, Charlie Kirk get his head blown off. I saw that in the chat. Who do I think eliminated Epstein? The same people that eliminated Charlie Kirk. Who do you think eliminated Jeffrey Epstein? The same people that eliminated Charlie Kirk. Oh yeah, the same people that pulled the strings for 9/11. Oh yeah. I mean, this where it get real at. So why am I saying this? First and foremost, I understand that nobody really connected the dots about Jeffrey Epstein. Well, there you go. You're welcome. There you go. You're welcome. Secondly, I need you to understand, and I really need you to open your eyes. Look, don't let this go over your head to under your bridge. It's a reason why white rage has been activated. White rage. Those people know all they got to do is activate white rage, and everybody on American soil will be talking about racism. Everybody in American soil will be talking about a race war, a civil war. They literally got everybody in America talking about going to war with each other instead of talking about going to war with them. Nasty work. That's one of the reasons why my channel is so powerful. I'm not just going to race bait. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not just going to get up here, even though I'm speaking for foundational Black Americans, and I'm talking down on the dog fur. I don't want the dog fur on me or near me. I'm not one of those guys. Yeah. White women come around, I go that way. I don't want to talk. I don't want to, no. Keep that to yourself. But with all that being said, I'm going to give y'all the pure dope. At the end of the day, they don't really look at us as white and black. They look at us as Americans. The American people. The American people pay taxes to Israel. The American people have paid the Ukrainian government damn near $1,000 billion trillion. The American people done that. Let's get all these politicians and all these celebrities over here on Epstein's Island so that they can control the American people. The problem is they really want that dog fur. All these different countries, they want the dog fur. They want they get back. They want to get their lick back. Hiroshima, they want to get their lick back. Taiwan, they want to get their lick back. All these different places want to get their lick back on American dog fur. They don't really want nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. They don't want to upset the gods. They don't want to upset universal law. Fucking with us. Jeffrey Epstein was used to compromise the American government, to compromise to undermine the American government and American society by having all of the presidential elects, all of the congressmen, all of the U.S. government over on that island, you know, engaging in their deepest, darkest fantasies. Okay? Now, to protect that, they will eliminate, they will assassinate, they will terminate any target on the map. Anybody. It don't matter who you are. You could be Charlie Kirk, a full-blown, yeah, Charlie Kirk was one of them people. Yeah, Charlie Kirk got the dog fur, but Charlie Kirk got the little hat. Now that we got Epstein out the way, let's go back into Charlie Kirk. Yeah, they don't like us talking about Charlie, but I don't care. We're going to talk about Charlie tonight. Now that, listen to me. Now that y'all know exactly why Jeffrey Epstein is Jeffrey Epstein, now that y'all understand exactly what Jeffrey Epstein was used for, now that y'all know, we don't know where he got that money from. Allegedly, Israel gave him that money. Now that y'all know this, now we're going to get back to Charlie Kirk. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. It ain't no running from this, my G. It ain't no sugarcoating the pure dope that I'm giving you straight off the brick right into. It ain't no hiding from this. We're going to talk about Charlie Kirk. Now, let's see what we got going on. Charlie, the one thing Charlie did that I understood what he messed up at is he started to speak against those people. He started to question those people. You know, they had Charlie Kirk in position the same way they had Jeffrey Epstein in position. Charlie Kirk's job was to incite a race war. Charlie Kirk was being funded. He was in communications with Israel. He was being funded to paint a negative light on black people, to paint a narrative for black people, to incite a race war between white and black people on American soil. They need us to go to war with each other so that they can actually, you know, go ahead and, one world order. They really want to imply, and they really want to implement a one world order. They need us to destroy each other from the inside out. There's no way they feel like they could come in. As long as black people is playing along, as long as foundational black Americans are on this soil, they can't really. Big salute. Appreciate that. What's that? Oh yeah, 5. Oh yeah, appreciate that. 5 memberships right there, Kimberly Black. You already know how we giving it up, and you definitely know how we putting it down. Purest, yes, the purest dope on YouTube. You can't find this nowhere else. Charlie Kirk was doing exactly what he was supposed to do. I mean, he was doing this shit so good that they had a nationwide college tour that Charlie Kirk was on, where he was going to all colleges. He was hiding the hate rhetoric behind the Bible. He was hiding racist rhetoric behind open debate, freedom of speech. I mean, you got to really be able to dissect this so that you could understand it, because they like to paint the picture. Oh, Charlie Kirk died for his freedom of speech, and nobody should have to die for their freedom of opinion and freedom of speech. That's what they got y'all thinking. They got y'all thinking Charlie Kirk was assassinated for a difference of opinion, and that's a lie. Bold-faced lie. That's a bald-headed lie. Yeah. But that's what they telling y'all. That's what they pushing to the American people, that Charlie Kirk was assassinated for a difference of opinion. Charlie Kirk was paid to go around different states and different colleges and spew hate speech, hiding his racism, his white supremacists behind open speech, open opinion, open dialogue. But that's not why he was assassinated. You know, let's get into a couple more receipts, my G. You know, I want to show y'all And we're going to really look at Charlie Kirk and how he was talking about the American government, right? After we do that, I want y'all to hear Charlie Kirk tell the world and give a green light to basically was his assassination. I mean, it's going to get a little bit deeper. I know Jeffrey Epstein was deep. I know I gave y'all some game with that. I know y'all might not have been ready for me to expose that, but it is what it is. But we actually going to go a little bit deeper because the words that you say are powerful. Oh yeah, the tongue is more powerful than the sword. The tongue is sharper than the sword, my G. You live and die by the tongue. You live and die by the words that you speak. That's why it's all integrity over here at Grown Man Business TV, my G. That's why it's all gas, no brakes. That's why we grow this channel organically. I could get out here and say anything for likes and subscribers. I could get out here and disrespect the dead for likes and subscribers. But you live and die by the tongue. All right? So let's look at Charlie Kirk speak down on Israel. Not even speak down. Let's watch Charlie Kirk question Israel. You're not even allowed to question. You're not even allowed to question. All right? Big salute to the chat. Run them likes up. We well over 1,400 in the chat. Hit the like button. We should be well over 300. All right? Big salute. Let's look at this. Look!
Charlie Kirk openly questioned the story Israel was trying to tell the world about October 7th.
How did these guys not know this was taking place?
So I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that's an IDF soldier. Right? The whole country is surveilled. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel is on the brink of civil war because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Was there a stand-down order? Was there a stand-down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right.
Charlie Kirk openly questioned the story Israel was trying to tell the world about October 7th.
How did these guys not know this was taking place?
So I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that's an IDF soldier. Right? The whole country is surveilled. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel is on the brink of civil war because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Was there a stand-down order? Was there a stand-down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right. 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right. My pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right. My pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right.
Ooh-wee. Now, that right there, that right there is nasty work, my G. You got to know something. You got Charlie Kirk saying Maui fires was pulled by them people. The Epstein files, COVID, all of that. Think about what's going on American soil. Ask yourself, as powerful as America is, we keep falling under the same routine, pattern recognition. It's pattern recognition. Every year it's another situation on the greatest land on the planet, America. You got this going down. You got a war happening. You got 9/11. You got COVID. You got Maui fires. You got fires in California. You got fire. I'm talking the Hollywood Hills. You got mansions burning down. We can't figure out how to get the water to the goddamn... And everything is connecting to dumb people. The problem is we didn't pay you to talk about that. Listen to me. Charlie Kirk. We didn't pay you to talk about that. We paid you to talk about black people, gang violence, black on black violence, black on white violence, a race war. We didn't pay you to talk about the Maui fires. We didn't pay you to talk about the Epsteins. That's not in your... Where'd you get that from? Who told you to talk like that? See, power. These people empower you, and then you start feeling yourself. You start thinking you're the man. You start believing the hype. You start thinking, oh, I'm Charlie Kirk. You forgot that you was nobody before those people got you in that dark room. You wasn't Charlie Kirk before them people put you in power. That's what happened. Listen, it's not just Charlie Kirk. It's Jay-Z. It's LeBron James. It's all these celebrities that get in bed with those record execs. And then next thing you know, they acting like they the man. They believe the hype and all that. Never believe the hype. Never fall for the double cross. Always pay attention to the triple cross. You wasn't that. We didn't pay you to talk about Maui. We paid you to go to these college campuses, talk down on black people, make the white people get excited, and start a race war. Why they ain't went to war yet, Charlie? Yeah, because you so busy talking about the wrong shit. We didn't pay you, and we ain't got all day, Charlie Kirk. We need a race war, and we need it like yesterday. So we don't need you wasting time on your podcast, disrespecting and biting the hand that's feeding you. Yeah, you biting the hand. Yeah, we done paid you, Charlie. Where you think you got that money from? Who you think gave you the green light to go nationwide on all these? Man, you can't just go to college campuses and talk like that. When the last time you seen somebody allowed to go around America on different college campuses and talk that racial shit like that? Nobody. So you thought you was the big man on campus, and what you don't understand is you playing with the higher ups and the elites. You are playing with I'm talking, listen, you got to play chess at the highest level. When you talking like this, when you moving like this, you don't want to be sitting out there in front of 3,000 people without a bulletproof goddamn barrier around you. Yeah, you can't. Listen, man, listen. Protect your neck, not your chest. Yeah, you had a bulletproof vest on, but you didn't have a bulletproof scarf or a helmet. Yeah. Yeah, you got caught slipping, my G. So Charlie Kirk was doing things like this. He was talking down on black people. He was disrespecting the situation. But then he'll pull a stunt like this under his breath. You know, he'll throw a rock and he'll hide his hand. Yeah, Israel and blah, blah, blah. Them people saying to themselves, oh, you think we stupid, don't you? Oh, you thought you got one up on us. We done gave you all this money. You got your little pretty wife and your daughters and your children. You got this huge following of young white men, white rage in America. And you think you bigger than the program. Well, let us show you what we do to people that's bigger than the program. You better protect your neck, in the words of Wu-Tang Clan. You forgot, you never listened to Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang Clan told us in the early 90s to protect your neck. Yeah, Wu-Tang never told us. He didn't tell us to do nothing but protect your neck. And obviously, Charlie Kirk never listened to the RZA, the Jizza, and the old dirty bastard. Hey, obviously, Charlie Kirk never listened to the RZA, the Jizza, and the old dirty bastard, Brooklyn Zoo. He never listened to the Brooklyn Zoo. Now, I want y'all to listen to this, because in this last receipt right here, this is the last receipt, Charlie Kirk, he speaks the scenario of his life. See, the higher-ups and the elites are always listening. They're always paying attention. And when you say certain things, they know how to manipulate that into reality. They know how to turn your vocal frequency into a physical, tangible reality. Oh, yeah, listen to me. I know you ain't never heard it like this. The higher-ups and the elites will listen to the words that you speak, and they will turn your words, the frequency of your voice, into a physical and a tangible reality. That's why I talk this I talk this foundational Black American talk. I talk this warrior talk. I let them know when I go live. I let them know in my live stream. It's indirect messages to the higher-ups and the elites to let them know I'm a war general. I'm not Charlie Kirk. I'm a war general. I feel like war is necessary. I feel like we should take the land, but that's a whole nother, I'm going to close with that angle. But see, Charlie Kirk was saying stuff like this. Now, I want y'all to listen to Charlie Kirk. Yeah, listen to me. Listen to Charlie Kirk, and we going to, Charlie, you're pushing up daisies. You're swimming with the fishes, respectfully. Talk to the people. Look.
This up,
Yeah.
Charlie. I didn't realize this, Jack. The last time that in Belarus, they used capital punishment execution.
Oh, here they
was
go.
in 2019, and it was by firearm.
Yeah, that's how you should. By the way, this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised. My other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised. And this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
Well, this can't be right, can it? The last execution in France was guillotine in 1977.
100% true. They used the guillotine.
Until
the whole way.
77?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
There's videotape of it.
Honestly, that's like what we should be doing, and I agree. It should be public
And
it should be public
televised.
square.
By the way, you could fund
force
the
kids
government
to watch it.
You could have brought to you by Coca-Cola. And no, I'm not kidding. By the way, I would totally tune in to see some pedo get their head chopped off. Convicted by a jury
By
of
the way,
peers.
that's gonna get
No,
close.
I'm talking about a real thing. I'm not talking
All
about
executions in Belarus are by firearm. That's
No,
not a choice or anything.
Andrew's saying don't make kids watch it, and I think no, the
I
absolute
think at a
opposite.
certain age,
At
it's an
16,
initiation.
16, if
I
you can
think-
drive, you can
No, but
watch
hold
it.
on.
Not
You
even
see,
16,
if
I would
all of a
say-
sudden you look at some of these savages, like in Indiana, there was this guy that went in and killed a pregnant woman and her 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to watch that execution. That'll make my day better. I want to see him on a public block and get him be publicly executed. And I think that would be justice. You think children should have? You should see it. What is the age? At what age should you start to see public executions?
16.
I think you could do it earlier. I think you maybe at age 12, whenever 6th grade or so, you are a person. They're old enough to. You don't need to really wallow in it and have them be broken on a wheel or anything. But if it was something like chopping, if we had a guillotine or something,
I think it's the age where they can't be I think there's too early and you become desensitized to maybe like this. I think it's when you can actually embrace.
But it should also be taken in a holy way.
The meaning.
No, I don't mean holy in a bad way. I mean that like this is heavy.
Like,
Blunt,
this is
bluntly,
the meaning
we have
of it.
kids who are 14 who are committing carjackings
100%.
in cities and doing
Yes.
bad stuff. And I think if you sent the message to them, if you do a bad crime, you will die, and it will be like this, and that will be you.
But I think it
would be a positive message.
So my argument would be younger people get involved with that.
And this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised. And this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
Now I want to stop right there. I mean, I had to sit up in my seat right there. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. Charlie Kirk said he promotes public execution. Yeah. It should be public, it should be quick, and it should be televised. Well, what happened to Charlie Kirk? He was executed publicly. It was public, it was quick, and God damn it, Charlie Kirk, it was televised. Because we all saw your neck. Yeah, we all saw what happened to you. You think the higher-ups and elites ain't hear that, Charlie? You think you think the higher-ups and the elites wasn't sitting there saying, well, since you condone and you would promote public execution, I think the best way to get rid of Charlie Kirk is a public execution. Oh, thank you, Charlie. You made it so easy. Let's get this ball rolling. Get. Again, Charlie Kirk said that he represents and he would sign off on exactly what happened to him. So we got to really start doing the due diligence and understanding. I mean, this is what he represented. He obviously went out the way he would like to go out. He obviously went out the way that he wanted to go. Charlie Kirk is pushing up daisies right now, thanks to them people. And we can go back on this internet and we can pull up video of him saying, I'm with public execution. Well, guess what? You was publicly executed. See how that worked? We should not have to walk on eggshells. It didn't look like Charlie Kirk was walking on eggshells when he said this. I mean, he wasn't biting his tongue. He wasn't nervous. He was tap dancing. He was rapping and I think we should get public execution and we can fund the government. These guys are talking about letting 12 and 13-year-old children watch public executions. This is the guy. This is the guy that y'all feel sorry for. This is the guy that y'all are fighting for. This is a guy that was going to sell y'all out to those people. He had already been paid. He had already been put in the pocket of those people. And now y'all are got your panties in a bunch for this guy right here. Nasty work. Don't compare him to Martin Luther King. We shouldn't be dropping flags at half-staff for a man that talk like this. Hey. He said it himself. You can't advocate for public execution, and then when your ass get publicly executed, now all of a sudden it's a problem and all that. Now all of a sudden you got an issue. Now all of a sudden we need to be crying and saying kumbaya and holding hands and passing peace pipes and all that. But when you was here, when you had a chance to make a difference, when you still had breath in your body, you was out here preaching this bullshit, this rhetoric, this white supremacy. That's what you were standing on. At the whole time, you had them Jew people in your back pocket. The whole time, you got them people pulling the strings like Geppetto. You playing on white supremacy, but you got Israel pulling the strings. Nasty work. You said that public execution is necessary. Well, guess what that young white man did? He publicly executed your ass. All right? Now, I want to say this. I would never do anything to hurt myself. You understand me? I would never hang myself. I would never S-word, sue to side. I would never do that. Me personally, I would never. I love life. Oh, I love life to the fullest. I got a big ass pool in my backyard. You think I would hurt myself? I got a big ass house that I live in. Oh, it's a beautiful feeling to have over 3,500 square feet to move around in. So don't ever think, don't you ever believe I would do anything to myself. I wanted to throw that out there. See, I would like to say stuff like that while Charlie Kirk was saying stuff like this. I'm going to let you know, I ain't never going to do nothing to harm myself. So if it ever go down, it's time to go to, it's wartime. They ain't never going to be able to tell you, oh, GMB TV, it's your blah, blah. Nah, GMB TV would have never did that. It's wartime. We going to war. See, I ain't Tupac. I ain't Nipsey Hussle. I ain't going to waste no time playing with that, ever. You promoted public execution and got your ass publicly executed. I mean, I don't know. That shit sound about right, the way it rolled off my tongue and all that. You promoted public execution and turned around and got your ass publicly executed. On the other hand, I'm a family man. I'm a grown-ass man that paid taxes on American soil. I want reparations. The last thing I'm going to do is harm myself. So they better not never tell you Grown Man Business did this and Grown Man Business TV did that. Nah, we going to war behind that. We already know what y'all was going to say. We going to war right now. It is what it is. We standing on that business. Sometimes you just got to say that. Yeah, Charleston White. Salute to Charleston. I would suggest you say that, CW. Say, let us know you ain't doing no drugs. You ain't going overdose because you don't do drugs. You would never hang. I don't even know how to tie a noose. Yeah, listen, man. I'm a black man in America. I never even learned how to tie a noose. I don't know how to do that. So a motherfucker talking about hanging yourself, I wouldn't know how to tie a knot. I don't know how to tie a slip knot. I don't know. I don't go fishing like that. I don't know how to do that. So don't let them. And I think CW, I think you should make the same statement. Let the people know you ain't suicidal. Let the people know you ain't on drugs. Let the people know, because they gon' fuck around and try you, CW. They gon' fuck around and try to make you content. The rule of the game, don't become content. Listen, man. Sometimes I feel like I need to charge for this game, but the game is free. I'm gonna put the game on the ground for the hungry hounds, and if you want it, it's right there. When you playing with this content creation, when you talking and your words are powerful, the name of the game is don't become content. CW, they're gonna try to make you content, my G. They're gonna try to make you content for the algorithm. They're gonna feed you to the algorithm if you don't smarten up. Charleston White, they're gonna feed you to the algorithm if you don't smarten up. Stay off them balconies. I would suggest you stay off that balcony. Don't become content, my G. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Now, I'm gonna close with that. I think that fits. That's very, very, fitting for the closure. We are at 49,000 subscribers, man. I like that. I like how y'all do when y'all come in here. I mean, y'all really showing love. Listen, We growing this channel organically. We on our way to the top. We are not stopping. And we are less than 1,000 subscribers away to 50K. Oh, yeah. I ain't bullshitting with you. Never allow them to feed you to the algorithm. Don't become content. I think I'm going to put that on the shirt, my G. Don't become content. Nipsey Hussle became content. Young Dolph became content. Charlie Kirk, you're now content, my G. You're now content. Don't become content. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that dog fur is nasty work. Oh, that dog fur, listen to me. I'm a rare breed, homie. I'm one of them black men in America. I don't want nothing to do. It ain't a white woman on planet Earth. It ain't a dog fur having woman on planet Earth that could seduce me, that could knock me out position. It ain't a dog fur having woman on planet Earth they could send to me to infiltrate my empire, because I don't deal with the dog fur. I don't want this shit near me. It stank. This shit shed like a I don't want it. Yeah. I don't want it. Yeah, I told you one more time, I don't want the dog fur. No, sir. Big salute to the chat, man. Beautiful, yeah, Saturday night. You know, we on one tonight, man. You know, I want to say this, right? I want to put this out there. The downloads are powerful. It's powerful information that comes to me, right? And when it download, it's like I can see it. It's like virtual reality. It's like a motion picture. I can literally see the words in my mind, you know, 3D in front of my face. And I can't control it. And it's so weird and it's so crazy, but I instantly and automatically know when the downloads have been downloaded and when the downloads have been delivered. When I have delivered the downloads, I feel a sense of, you know, I just feel light. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a weight is off my shoulders. I feel like almost empty, almost like I've been working out. I get tired. You know what I'm saying? I sleep well after these live streams. I went live today, then I took a nap. Hey, look, I went live earlier today, did about 40,000 views. I went upstairs and went to sleep for about 6 hours. I can't control it. I say that to say this, right? You know, this is a frequency that we share when I go live. This is not just somebody up here talking and smoking and joking and rapping and tapping, spitting and skitting. This is spiritual. And that's one thing that I love about this live streams. That's one thing I love about this channel and growing this channel is the direct to consumer. You know, me in the chat, me in the investor. Yeah, I don't really like to call y'all subscribers. Y'all already know y'all are investors, because if you are in my live chat, if you have been watching my live stream, then you have invested time and energy with me. You understand what I'm saying? And time and energy, you know, there's no higher currency. There's no money that can trump that. There's no currency on the earth. There's no resource that is more valuable than your time and your energy. I say that to say this. I would hope that more YouTubers get back to going live, my G. You know, I understand that it's about the bag. I understand that it's about the money. YouTube is a lucrative business. We all getting a little check from it, and I respect that. But the live streams are what push the culture. The live streams are what remind us that you are real and that there is a connection. These pre-recorded videos, man, you know, it's a real big disconnect. That's why y'all numbers ain't doing what y'all numbers is supposed to do. Because these pre-recorded videos with y'all talking and doing the 1-2 step and all that, You losing momentum. You losing. You know what I mean? And regardless if you go live or not, with my subscribers and my investors, we're going to talk directly to each other. We're going to exchange energy directly. This is a portal. Do you understand that we are dealing with a portal? I am looking into my cell phone, and I have reached over 75,000 people right now tonight. Through my cell phone, through this cell phone, right? I'm looking directly into my phone. I'm looking right at you, wherever you are in the world right now. I've reached over 100,000 people just today. Last live stream did 40,000+ views. This live stream is about 80,000 right now. We have become more powerful than I could ever really. I didn't expect us to even reach 50,000 this fast. I didn't expect it, but I understood that it was possible because of how powerful the channel is. And I'm talking about all the way down to my wrenches. Charlie P, I see you in here. Miss Lovelace, all of my memberships, all of my membership game. I gotta check y'all out. You know what I'm saying? We got new members and all that. Yeah. Young Vet, OG 702, Miss Lady, Kimberly Black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got some members. We got some new members in here. Let's look and see what we got going on. Freedom from fear. Salute to you, my G. I see you in here. Cherry Boo, 65B. I see you in here. Kenneth Miller. You know what I mean? Roger Brown, Suzanne Jones. You know what I mean? We got some, you know, the channel, God himself. Oh, wow. Aletha Clanton. That was 8 months ago. That's 8 months ago. I didn't know you was. I didn't know the wife. You know what I mean? I didn't know you was. I got you. I see. I see you. I see you with the membership game and all that. I didn't know you was in there. It make me happy. That made me smile. You know what I mean? D. I see you in here. Suzanne Jones, Roger Brown. You understand? Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're gonna really go to another level. I'm gonna really go to another level as far as rubbing shoulders with the subscribers, with the investors. I'm gonna do my own nationwide tour, just like Charlie Kirk was doing. Yeah, when we get that 100,000 subscriber mark, when we get that 100,000 plaque, I'm gonna do a nationwide tour where I'm popping up in your city. You know what I mean? We gonna do a private event where we can have drinks, we can eat, we can rub shoulders, we can share business advice, we can just chop game, we can have a good time while I'm in your city, and we're gonna start in Atlanta. So, you know, yeah, big salute, Columbus, Georgia. You know, that's, you know, Atlanta should be right next around the corner. We're gonna start in Atlanta. And I just, you know, I don't want to be long-winded with it. You know, I don't want to be long-winded with the situation, but just, you know, you got to understand something, man. We are growing organically. We are absolutely growing organically without the antics, without the interviews. There is nobody that can say they built Grown Man Business TV. There is nobody that can say we are where we are because of them. And I did it that day. I did it that way on purpose. I did it that way strategically. I made sure to build this channel organically. And the way we growing, you got to know something, man. It's not easy growing a platform on YouTube. It's not easy getting your subscribers up. Trust me, ask around. It's a lot of people trying to grow. They got 2,000 subscribers. They got 3,000 subscribers, and they trying and they pushing. They pushing hard every day with these videos, trying to get their subscribers up. And all we got to do is hit that live button with a pure topic and pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles, and we run the numbers up without even looking. Eyes closed. This shit is easy. It's easy money. Big salute to all the investors, man. Y'all already know who y'all dealing with. You know, I feel at ease. I needed to say that about Jeffrey Epstein. I needed to connect the dots. I really needed to say that out loud. Salute to everybody in the DM that's like, yo, be careful. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people telling me to be careful. I'm not going to be careful. I'm going to stay dangerous. Yeah, I'm not one of them ones. I'm not the one that's thinking about being careful. I'm the one that's thinking about staying dangerous. That's just is what it is. Epstein, dead man. Should be nothing wrong with exposing exactly how he got in position. I mean, he's pushing up daisies. He's swimming with the fishes. Epstein is a dead man. Now we could talk about how Epstein got that 60, 70, 80 billion dollars and all that. How Epstein was allowed to create his own island. Not only create his own island, but shuffle the American government back and forth and compromise and undermine the American government, Democrat and Republican. I needed to say that. You got people saying, yo, I'm a Democrat and the left wing, they are dangerous. And the right wing, it don't matter if you left or you right. It don't matter if you the left wing or you the right wing. Both wings fly the same bird. And that bird is not the American government. That bird is Israel. Yeah. Oh, you thought the left wing and the right wing was the American government. No, both of those wings, they flying them people. The American government is just a cover-up. The American government is just a mask on the face of Israel. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. They got everybody looking at each other and nobody's looking up. They got everybody fighting each other and nobody's fighting them. Everybody you can think of is on that Epstein file. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to close with this. Big salute. YouTube has become a powerful tool because the majority of us have not been compromised yet. Oh, you got some people on YouTube that have been compromised. But the real truth tellers, the real independent content creators, we are the only true source of independent content creation. We are the only true source of truth telling. There is nobody else in the media realm, social media, the music industry, movies, television, newspaper, radio. There is nobody in those areas that have not been compromised. YouTube is still an area where you could come and get direct to consumer information with truth in it. That's why I suggest you hit the subscribe button. That's what make us powerful. This shit is powerful, my G. And I'm going to tell you, man, I've been doing YouTube content for maybe about 3-4 years now. This shit is as powerful as it gets. This is the most powerful we have ever. This shit is power, boy. This is power right here to be able to talk to 70,000 people and tell them the absolute truth. Why'd they kill him? Why was he deleted? He was put here to undermine and compromise the American government and then provide that information to them people. Once them people got that information, the fuck they need Jeffrey Epstein for? Worst come to worst, he gets locked up and he starts talking. That's why it's assassination and termination. Yeah, extermination. After he got that information, what we need him alive. He might start talking. Get him out of here. But guess what didn't die? That Epstein list. Guess what's still alive? All the video content, all the videos and all the DVDs and all that content that he created at that mansion. Oh, that's still alive. That's very, very alive. Okay? Big salute to the chat. You know, this game is so pure. I'm actually gonna give y'all game all the way to the last drop. Shh. All the way to the last drop. All right? This is the last little bit of game I'm gonna give you. The American government are not the only people on those Epstein files. American celebrities, American government, American athletes, American congressmen, American presidents, American politicians are not the only ones that's on them Epstein's files. Them Saudi boys is up there as well. Yeah, them Saudi Arabia, them oil tycoons, them trillionaires out there in Saudi Arabia, they on them files too. You know them Saudi princes out there? Yeah, we know. Those the guys with the real money. Oh, you thought Jay-Z, you thought, listen, you thought these dudes was rich. You thought Elon Musk got that money because he got that money. Them Saudi Arabian dudes, them oil tycoons, those Saudi Arabian princes with that oil. Trillionaire, multi-trillionaire, they got multi-trillionaires over there in Saudi Arabia with that oil and those natural resources. They're on those lists as well. That's another reason why them lists can't come out. Because not only will it expose the American government, not only will it expose American presidents, but it will absolutely expose Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? You thought I was a young black nigga with my pants sagging, smoking weed and all that. You underestimated me. Absolutely underestimated Grown Man Business TV. All right? Now I want you to shh. All right? I want you to put that in your pipe. I want you to smoke that. Now, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You understand me? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You absolutely know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Listen, I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick, into the bottles. Straight off the brick, into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. I'm giving you this game straight raw, my G. Yeah. Listen, man. No fentanyl, no quinine, no baking soda. We not water whipping this dope, and we not counter whipping this dope. I'm giving it to you straight off the brick into the bottle. That's it. It's a dirty game they playing on American soil. It's nasty work what happened to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk gave a green light, and he advocated for public execution, and Charlie Kirk got publicly executed. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. The Epstein files, they don't want us to talk about that. 9/11, they don't want us to look at that. They want us to go to war with each other so we don't go to war with them. They want us looking at each other so we are not looking at them. But we are at a day and time on American soil where the veil has been dropped, and we all know what it is. We all know what it is. You ain't noticed that whole racial tension already died down. Ain't nobody really talking about white and black people going to war. Man, that shit only lasted for 48 hours. We ain't dumb no more. We ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You ain't recognized that? You ain't noticed that? For the last 72 hours, it was a whole race war being talked about. We ain't even talking about that no more because we ain't even falling for it. Appreciate that 3-piece, 4-piece nugget, my G. Uncle Plug TV, appreciate that. You already know how we giving it up, and you know how we putting it down. Y'all ain't recognizing that? Ain't nobody going to war on American soil. That ain't gonna be enough. Charlie Kirk ain't enough to make us go into a race war, a civil war. Nobody's doing that shit. We know exactly who's pulling the strings. That's why it's such urgency. That's why it's so weird right now. It's a weird time that we in because it's nothing they can do to make us go to war. They got young black men being hung at a college campus out there in Mississippi. We not going to war for that. Not a race war, not a civil war. We know exactly what's going on. We see it. With that being said, man, you already know what time it is. Big salute to the chat. You know, we going live tomorrow. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, so you get your notifications and all that. You know, we going live tomorrow, man. We're gonna talk about a few things. I'm gonna let the downloads download, so I'm not even gonna tell y'all what we're gonna talk about. It'll be a surprise for when you step into the building, when you step into the chat. And we're gonna go up as usual. We're gonna go up as usual. All right. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in.